Wesley. Come on into my kitchen. So today what I'm preparing for you is enchiladas. Chicken enchiladas and beef enchiladas with a side of guacamole and some sour cream. Homemade guacamole for that matter. So with that being said, let us get started and I'll be back with you in a minute. So what I'm going to do now, and I have my water boiling for the chicken. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to add my small chicken breast in the water and get that started and get that boiling. So what I did do, I added a little bit of salt into the water just to get it, so the chicken have a little bit of flavor. So we're gonna start with this, get this going. And then we're gonna let that cook until it's nice and tender. And I'll be back. Okay, so now I have my ground beef on. Like I said earlier, I have my chicken over here coming to a boil. And I'm gonna do my ground beef. So I'm gonna make sure both my meats are done. So when I start prepping, I'll do one at a time. But right now, I just want my meat to be done. So I'm gonna season my ground beef. And I know it looks like a lot. It always does, but it doesn't. And I'm going to use some other seasonings, but I'm not going to probably show those on camera because I do have some seasonings that I am putting together that would be later down the line. But I'm going to get this all brown, wait on my chicken, and then we're gonna proceed to roll some enchiladas or maybe, enchilada pie. Either way, we're gonna have enchiladas, okay? So we'll be back with that. Okay, so the ground beef is just about ready. So we're gonna twist this around a little bit, mix it up. And we're gonna be ready. I thought maybe I would have the chicken so I can do the chicken first, but I prefer to do the ground beef first anyway because it's a little bit more work. And then I'll get back with you and I'm gonna share some spices with you. Be back. So this is the sauce. I'm gonna pour this in there. I'm gonna turn that down a little bit. Get that to cooking. I'm going to use 2 cans, which should be enough. And we're going to let that simmer a little bit because we want to get... Okay, so now I'm going to add these spices right here. It's like a little bit of garlic powder, a little bit of chili powder, just a little, not too much of nothing. I know a lot of people like chili powder. She puts chili powder in her. And some seasonings, taco seasonings. And we're gonna mix that up really good. And get that all blended in. I know the meat looks bland, no onions in it. A lot of my kids don't eat onions. The people that are gonna eat this don't eat onions, but I'm gonna have onions on the top. So that way, if they want to take the onions off, they can. But for this part, I'm just going to do the meat. And I'm going to let this cook for a minute, even though it's done. But I'm going to let it cook. Because, you want to make sure. I don't want to get that all mixed up. And then I'm going to strain it. And in the process of that, now I'm trying to think, should I, because there's 2 ways I can do my shells. I can either dip them in the sauce, put the inside in them and roll them, or I can fry them a little, put them in the sauce. So there's 2 ways to do it. So what I'm gonna do, probably with the beef, is probably do them in the sauce. And then maybe with the chicken, I might do it a little different. And then I think with the beef, I'm just going to make the beef a pie. I'm not even going to roll them. I think I'm just going to layer my shells, put my meat, and we're going to see how it goes. So I've strained the meat, and now I'm going to add these tomatoes with the onions and some chives And I'm gonna put that in there. And we're gonna mix that up. So this is actually tomatoes with onions, chives, and just a little bit. Oh, I said that, chives. I said that. Yes, just a little bit. So get that in there and get that mixed up really good. And then you let that cook. And I have tomatoes right here already cut up for the top and the initial inside. So these, for the top. So these right here on the inside. And it has a little bit of green bell pepper in here as well. I don't want to forget that. And people really tend to like my enchiladas. So, with that being said, this is really ready. I just have to wait on the sauce so I can do the start making my pie. So I'll be back with that. So the sauce is warm. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to dip my shells in there and I'm just going to pan them. So we're going to start with these. It should be good and hot. Yeah, it's not that hot. Oh shoot, but it's hot. And we're going to sit them there one by one. And we're going to do these all the way across. We're going to do them all the way across and all the way down. And then with that, we're going to add meat. So, yeah, this is the beginning of making of the enchilada without rolling it. Because I know some people, and myself as well, I like to roll them at times. But this is just a little technique that makes it a little easier, a little quicker to do. If you're in the rush and got to get the kids to football practice or whatever the case may be. Me, myself, personally, it would be Bible study. So, this would be something quick to do. Because it really doesn't take much. People think that it takes a lot to make enchiladas, and it really doesn't. It's a really easy meal. But it just all depends on what you put in and what you, what you grew up on. But like I said, ordinary food with just a little touch of love, and you can't go wrong with that. So, okay, so we're lining the pan, and then I'm going to be putting ground beef in a minute. So, yeah, I've gotten the ground beef on here, so we're going to add a little cheese to this. And then we're going to do one more layer, because then this would be 3 layers. And we're going to do one more layer. I know it doesn't seem like much. It's probably like, she's not putting nothing in them. She has nothing on the inside. Yeah, well, like I said, it's ordinary food with a touch of love. So I'm going to do probably maybe 2 more layers or 1. But we're getting ready to find out right now. Because this is good and hot. And we're going to just keep the ball rolling and just start adding the shells. And with that, it's going to come out just nice. The end result is the best. And you know, making enchiladas is a little messy at times. So, you know, you got to be careful. Make sure you keep your, wherever you're cooking at, clean. You got to always constantly go back and forth to make sure everything is clean. These are my side pieces right here. So now we're going to do the finishing touches on this one. We're going to add this cheese. Lots and lots of cheese. I'm going to get it on here. Like I said before, I love cheese. So, I'm gonna add that cheese there. We're gonna come over here. We're gonna grab the tomatoes, a few little olives, and we're gonna put that on there. Just a little, few olives. I knew I should have some green onions on top, but like I said, most of the family don't prefer onions. So there you go. I'm gonna pop this in the oven and we're gonna come back with that baby. Mixing the avocados with a little bit of bell pepper, a little bit of onion, a little bit of garlic powder, a little bit of lime, so we can get some guacamole going here. Dried bell pepper, it doesn't matter. I like to mix it really good because I don't really want any salt. Mixed up really good. Doesn't have a creamy texture. So we're gonna mix this up for a minute. Then we're gonna tortillas for the chicken, and then we're gonna add the chicken on here. But before we actually add that on there, we're gonna go and we're gonna take a look at the beef, because I got it out and it's like just sitting there waiting. So we're gonna go check out the beef in a second. So we're gonna leave this here and we're gonna come back to the chicken. Okay, so this is a beef one. I made a side pan, and I usually do when I make enchiladas. I usually make a taster pan, basically. So what we're gonna do, this is the taster pan. This is how we can tell how it came out. If it was too dry, too loose, whatever the case may be. So we're gonna just scoop this up. I'm not even trying to be cute with it. I just wanna put it on here so you can see it, even the shells underneath. Look at that, how fine and tender that is. They're not still hard. And then we're just gonna add some of this on here and we're gonna do a taste test. And I got a couple of people that'll taste it, but right now, I'm gonna do that. How's that? Because this ain't a tasting show, it's a cooking show. So I'm gonna add a little bit of that guac on there. That's gonna top it off right there, just the guacamole by itself. And then I have some sour cream, just regular little Daisy sour cream, and whatever your thing might be as far as sour cream. I don't know who you might like, but I pretty much like this sour cream. I think I grew up on it. It's been sitting out, but we're gonna use a little of that. And we're gonna put that on there, and I don't expect for it to look cute. Okay, so now I'm putting the cheese on the chicken ones. I already have a pan over here already ready. So I'm just adding the cheese. And on the chicken, they really like a lot of cheese, so. But of course, because like I said before, we like the cheese. We don't like to sprinkle that. We want to taste it. Just want to get that together. Kill that corner off right there and that corner right there, and we're good to go. We're gonna add these olives. A few more olives. Tomatoes. Try to cover up some spots. We're gonna pop those in the oven and we'll taste in a bit. Beef enchiladas and the chicken enchiladas came out really well. What I would like for you to do is to comment down below. I'd like for you to like, subscribe, share, and turn on your notifications. And remember, I'm Wesley, Cooking with Wesley.